I'm here with my buddy Philip Williams, and I'd like to encourage you to watch the Phil Williams Show, and you can go to patriotinsights.com.
All right. Appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
It is that time for my response to a tweet. And today's tweet says, hashtag never Trump doesn't care about this country. All they care about is trashing Trump. That equals Hillary 2016. Hashtag never Trump doesn't care about this country. All they care about is trashing Trump. And that equals Hillary 2016. Wow. Okay. You just don't get it, do they, guys? Okay. This is how I'm going to respond to this tweet. You're talking about like we don't care about this country. And you're using Trump to be the guidelines to coming up to this conclusion. We don't care about this country because we don't care about Trump. And you know, the sad part about it is that this is something that kind of applies to all the candidates to a degree. But let's just stick to where we're at right here. This would apply to Hillary supporters that feel the same way. This would apply to Bernie supporters that feel the same way. But now here's the part that's interesting about this using Trump as the foundation of your argument. When has Trump ever cared about us to where he deserves this kind of loyalty, where he deserves this kind of support? There are people right now in this primary that Trump has just ran over like a bulldozer. What if that's a part of the Never Trump movement? There are African Americans that Trump has ran over. What if they're the part of the Never Trump? He didn't care about them, so why should we care about him? Let's even talk about before the primaries. What has Trump done that deserves this kind of loyalty prior to even be running for president? Where did he care? He's only cared about himself. There's things coming out to where he didn't care about women, where he didn't care about people's property, where he didn't care about people's money that they're pouring into their education through his scams and his schemes. There's stuff on the record that shows there is almost 200 lawsuits against this guy. And his response to him is this: I don't care. I don't settle. He uses this as like some kind of, like some big boy thing. These are American people that have an issue against Trump. He doesn't care about them, and he wants to be their president. Or you want him to be our president. Where has he ever cared about us that deserves this kind of loyalty? The people that are for Trump. Have you ever asked the question for yourself? What has Trump done for you? Other than got your emotions all caught up in some what? What has Trump done to make you prove that he can do whatever it is you think he can do for you? Okay, the people that want Trump because of jobs, because you're looking at his business abilities and you're talking about creating jobs. Now, are you Americans? If you're Americans, you should probably be over here with me. Now, if you're illegals or people on visas and stuff, then I can understand you saying this to me. Because when it comes to Americans getting jobs, Trump showed he doesn't care about that. He hires illegals. He hires people on visas. That means he doesn't employ Americans. And if you're one of those people on the Trump train, then you're going to get fried again. People like Trump, and Trump is the reason why you're upset right now. Where has he showed he cared about you? This man wants to be the commander-in-chief. Where has he showed that he cares about the troops? And the same thing applies to Hillary. Where's Hillary showed that she cares? See, they're politicians. Trump is the same. They talk like they care. And this is one of the most interesting things about a politician. You guys get excited over them, and all they do is say, that's why I talk about. It's not doing a damn thing. But you're excited over them saying, that's why I talk about. Well, how do you feel about education? Well, that's why I talk about homeschools. That's why I talk about raising the funds. That's why I talk about, because why? That's all they do is talk. At least Ted Cruz can say, that's why I went on the floor of the Senate. That's why I told Mitch McConnell to his face. At least he can say that. What can Donald say? He can say some half-cocked, comb-over Nostradamus thing. Well, I was the one that said Iran was a so what, you said Iran was a destruction? Everybody said that. Does that make them should be the president? Hell no. I was opposing this and I was opposing that. And right now, this dude is not even the president, and there's a terrorist attack, and everybody wants to hear what Donald Trump has to say. Donald Trump is pissed off because ISIS probably made it to where he couldn't land the plane. It's all talk. What is Donald Trump's actions? What are Hillary Clinton's actions? I don't care what she talks about the troops. When it came to Chris Stevens and calling our troops to come save another American, she fell. I don't care what Donald talks about. When it comes to Americans' property, he doesn't care. It's all about what he wants. When it comes to our children's education, he's told you where he stands. He stands with liberals. Common Core he's cool with. Universal health care he's cool with. All these things. Yeah, so what? He gets up there and talks about the Second Amendment, and then the NRA with their ignorant, with their dumb selves falling for this junk. So what? Donald Trump talks about the Second Amendment. Where does his money go? Because when it comes time to walking, he goes and supports the people that you're against, Mr. NRA. Never Trump is for a reason. This dude don't care about us. He only cares about himself. And he'll say just like a politician, he'll pay just like a rich dude, and he will do everything he can for him and only him. That's all he cares about. Because he's huge. And he has been funding the people that set out in the open over the last 8 years, playing on the stupidity of the American voter. And then for you wayward evangelicals, how could you, of all people, that knows faith without works is dead, that knows blaspheming against Christ is a sin, and then you're going to fall for this dude, Mr. 2 Corinthians? Because you're looking at him from a worldly perspective. And you think this dude can buy you some salvation or something? Oh, well, if I get with Donald Trump, if I support Donald Trump, then my economics will go up and I can pay more tithes to my church. So you're trying to say in order to help the people in your community, you got to go through one of the most selfish individuals in America? And you're expecting him to help you be selfless? That's all they do is talk about. But when it comes time for them to walk, judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. I'm not saying pass judgment on Donald Trump. I'm not saying Donald Trump is going to hell. None of us have a heaven or hell for anybody. But are these guys, these people, worth us being at each other's throats for? Because when it all boils down to it, after this, after he gets Hillary Clinton elected because the dude is just jacked up he's toe up from the flow up, unworthy of being throw up. This is what Donald Trump is. And after he gets Hillary Clinton elected, he's going to go back to his billions, and he's going to have the federal government that owes him a huge one through liberalism. And he's going to get everything. And where are we going to be? Stuck with Hillary. Stuck with Bernie, stuck with somebody on the liberal side, stuck with 4 more years of the last 8. What have they done for us that deserves this kind of loyalty? What have they done for you that says that you should dish your neighbor to the right and to the left of you? What has Washington done for us to make us carry their water into our neighborhoods that need us to carry our own water in our own neighborhoods? There's nobody in Washington that knows anything about your neighborhood until it's politically expedient for them. Where did they care for us before we were made to care about them? Man, I'm Phil Williams. That's my response to a tweet on The Phil Williams Show.